Hi there, Libra Nation. This is going to be your full moon and Scorpio reading for the end of April here on this channel. It is good for Sun, Rising, Moon, and Venus of Libra. As always, keep in mind, this is a general reading, so it will not resonate with everyone that watches. If it doesn't resonate, check your other placements, any part of your natal chart. You could find some messages that you need there also. And if you want to book a private reading with me, Libra, the link to my website is down in the description below. Also, if you're new to this channel, you need to get into the collective of my other channel called Soma, Chandra, Libra. That's a channel dedicated just to Libra and Sagittarius. I do a lot of messages over there for you guys, but I always do a reading here on this channel for you. And for all 12 zodiac signs, the universe said it's very important to do an oracle card reading for them so that it will touch on different parts of their lives and really get them focused on themselves. Tarot can kind of feel like tabloid and like reporting the news. I really want to report the news about you, Libra. This reading was really interesting, so let's dive into it. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and hit the bell because I read for you on both every week. First of all, Libra, I think that you are trying to let love into your heart or start some kind of a new cycle in your life that will involve either romance or simply an activation of your heart chakra. I see a very strong, renewed sense of self. But I think that you're definitely going to be challenged during the full moon. So many cards about love came out. It was interesting, but the first card that came out for the whole reading is the Sun. This is your immortal spirit. Your purpose and destiny is involved. Wow. When the Sun comes out, that is your interpersonal purpose, Libra. It's about your inner drive and energy. I do think you will feel very energetic. It's the source of your willpower and your self-motivation and your sense of confidence and strength and who you are as an individual outside of anyone else. And it's also a source of creativity. So I definitely think you guys will be reevaluating during the full moon. What is my purpose? What is my destiny? Who am I truly? You will feel energetic. You will be called to be self-motivated and confident, being your true, authentic inner self. Also, Aries came out for you. We are right across the wheel from Aries. It's always cool when the Martian energy comes out right across from us. So your brothers and sisters are in Aries right across the wheel from you are here to help you out. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading impulsive action is likely. I see this cool upswing in energy coming in with the full moon, Libra. I think things will happen in your life. Not all of them will be easy either, but go with this Aries energy. Be dynamic. Focus on the self. What is your purpose here? Allow yourself to be impulsive and spontaneous because impulsive action is likely at this time. You may decide to do something out of the blue. You may decide, I have to put work into my higher purpose. Vesta came out as well, the goddess within, your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. Vesta often comes out, Libra, when we face a challenge, and it's kind of like the card of strength. She is the inner goddess. So this is getting in touch with your sacred spiritual center. It will call for you to be quietly dignified. It's interesting. I feel like Vesta is in a little bit of opposition with Aries. Like you kind of want to go for it with something, but you're like, wait, I can't be this wild Knight of Wands. I have to be dignified. I do have to be dignified. And Mars retrograde came out as well at the bottom of the Fundamentals of Astrology deck. And there may be some tempers flaring. I see with Aries here in the Mars retrograde, you guys may be challenged in some way. You may be triggered in some way because dynamic, spontaneous, crusading, and impulsive action isn't always positive. This might be a little overwhelming for you. It might even trigger anger or insecurity in you. Just remember that your immortal soul is involved. And this is about your purpose and your destiny. Something will challenge you to be quietly dignified. I also noticed the second house coming out for you in reverse. The second house is about your assets, finances, and things that you value. This seems to be a little out of balance for you. I think that you're being challenged, you know, when in some way in regards to finances and career. This is what you value and what you feel. Also a card of self-worth and talent. It's a card of social privileges as well, and your cultural background. Some of you feel as though you may be discriminated against. Some of you feel like you have not had the privileges that other people have had, and you're going to have to challenge the system and work around that. It is also sometimes about inheritances, your possessions, your security, your earning, the ability to earn money. It's very fixed energy here. So it will definitely be a time to reassess your finances, reassess what you value and why. And some of you are going back and forth on something. Some of you may be considering investing in something right now. This might not be the right time. Even though the full moon is a good time to for expansion with investments, it might not be the best time for you. You may need to fix some things with the second house. It might even take you dignity. Some of you want to impulsively invest or do something. It will regard finances. You're going to kind of have to decide how to handle it. Yeah, they want me to stop. And then a lot of cards started coming out about romance and relationship, which is interesting because I just did 2 readings for you on Soma, Chandra, Libra. And those 2 readings, you guys, I saw a distinct split in my collective. Some of you are getting out of some really dysfunctional, unhealthy relationships. The full moon in Scorpio will help you with that. Resolve to release and transform what no longer serves you so you can let some new things in. And then I did another reading for you guys where you are trying to let new love in. You're not in the same place as other people in the collective are at all. So I'm not sure which one of my Libras this particular reading will resonate for. It's really mostly about you. I know you guys are focused on love and your heart chakra. It doesn't necessarily have to be about romance though, but Descendant came out, lovebirds, whether you deepen your current, so Descendant, whether you deepen your current relationship or start a new one, commitment is in the offering. Interesting. So you guys are going to kind of come to a place in a specific important relationship in your life that activates your heart chakra in some way. This could even be about work. Do I start something new or do I deepen my commitment to a relationship I'm in now? Birds of a feather stick together. So if you're not feeling like you're coming into alignment with something or someone in your life, this will be something that you have to decide. I already know that you're going to go back and forth. Start something new or keep working on something that you already have going. Capricorn's here. So Aries and Capricorn, climb every mountain. If any of you have Capricorn in your chart or Aries in your chart, check out, well, you already know your sun sign's Libra. Check out what your second house is too, you guys, because knowing these placements in your chart will tell you your strengths and weaknesses and help you propel forward. And it can also just tell you how you'll handle it better in the situation. If any of you have Capricorn in your chart, it will be activated at the end of the month. It's time to be the mountain goat and begin your ascent. You are meant to be putting in some hard work into something. Some of you are just going to plain go climb a mountain at the end of the month, or you're preparing for it. I'm seeing a preparation of some kind here for you. You are about to climb a mountain. You're either going to continue to deepen something that you have been involved with, or you're going to start something new. Either way, it will take work. It will take work. It will also require you to get into your strong Venetian energy and open your heart to love. Your soulmate is trying to find a way in. Now, everyone automatically assumes that this is another person around you. It could be. But it could be, I believe that we are our own first soulmate, first and foremost. There is someone around you or something around you. It could even be an idea, a destination, where you want to work, where you want to live, your higher purpose, your higher calling. Something is trying to find its way in towards you, Libra. Just put your higher self and your destiny first. You will need to put yourself first before you can decide whether or not you want this soulmate to try to find its, let this soulmate in. There's resistance here. Some of you are resisting love. And you may do not necessarily self-sabotaging behavior, but you'll revert to an old pattern where you're just like you get mad easily and you push something away, or perhaps someone else will do that with you. You could even be fighting about money right now with a family member, partner, even your boss, Watch tempers flaring because Mars retrograde came out. Tempers flare. You or someone close to you may be engaging in inappropriate displays of anger. Ask yourself, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? This could be this Aries energy. Yeah, it's more important to think about what you're working on and why, and try to open your heart to something that you can invest in that will take you towards your higher purpose and destiny. You may be tested in some way, in particular with the way you feel emotionally or someone else around you. Again, when the tempers flare, you have to ask yourself, do I want to be right? Do I want to be happy? Someone may be trying to find their way in. Hell, this could just be one of your kids having a meltdown on you, or an employee or a friend or a loved one. You will need to be quietly dignified and find your spiritual center so that you can let this energy of this person come in the most constructive way possible. I see either you or someone around you fighting that in some way. For some of you, I can hear it. It's one of your kids. They push you away, or a family member, they push you away. They struggle to let love in. You know, you're going to have to be really dignified in this situation. They may even fight with you about money. Could be a boss for some of you too. So what came out of the Radiant Sun Oracle deck is resistance, romance, and loss. Your main challenges right now are authority and adaptability. So I do see that this involves romance or just love. I have too many cards here about letting love in. And I've got this Taurus energy, and we are in the season of Taurus now. Happy solar return to any of my Tauruses possibly checking in. There is a resistance to love. Some of you are not finished experiencing a loss. I noticed this bird, this crow, or I think it might be a gackle or grackle, is picking off the last little bit of flesh. It's like this animal is still cleaning up the roadkill. You've experienced loss in love, possibly many times over, and some of you are resisting letting love in, or someone close to you is, because the last death or kill, the last loss is not finished being picked over and cleaned up yet. Yeah. And the main challenge here for you is authority and adaptability. Well, someone might be being a little bit controlling. I have companionship at the bottom of the deck too. Concentration, rebellion, control. Yeah, I see it here. Someone is rebelling in a relationship with you, or you are rebelling in your relationship with this person. It's like somebody wants companionship and they concentrate on it, but then they become rebellious so that they don't lose control. Either you or someone you're connecting to, Libra, wants a lot of control and authority, and they really just need to be more flexible and adaptable. What does adaptability mean? Things aren't always going to go exactly the way you want. You're going to have to think outside of the box and adapt to a situation. You can only have authority over yourself. Lots of Aries energy showing up here. So I definitely see you want to let love in. Some of you just won't let go of a loss, so you resist romance. You don't want to lose control. You're struggling with maybe being an authoritarian to some degree and being adaptable. Now, I know a lot of you don't want to hear that, but these are the cards I got. Also, if someone else around you is doing that, you may need to just step back and be quietly dignified. You have a high mountain to climb to allow love and healing energy in, and tempers are going to flare. For sure, tempers will flare within yourself or within some important relationships. I loved what came out of the Quantum Oracle for you. I think this is about, I feel like so many parts of your life are intersecting together, Libra. Like you're realizing your higher purpose and destiny, money and finances, career, family, romance, what you want to do with yourself are all coming together. Milestone is in reverse, increase, status quo, back and forth. You're going back and forth about something here. First of all, some of you have a milestone that you want to reach. You're either just seeing it and you haven't taken the road to get there yet. You do have a high mountain to climb. You're so close to achieving it, or at least it's in sight for you. Increase is possible. It's kind of like Do I put in a lot of work towards something and do something new that will bring increase? Or do I just stay with what's safe and comfortable, where I have authority? I'm going to have to be adaptable. Loss is still here. Resistance is still here. Needing to open the heart chakra. The temper's flaring. I think all of that, if that's all happening within you, Libra, you're just going to spend the end of this month going back and forth. The choice will be yours. The choice will be yours. Go for the increase or play it safe. I do also think that some of you, with the second house coming out, do I see increase? Yes, but don't expect this giant windfall. Some of you are being given the opportunity to allow yourselves to be spontaneous and let some love into a situation. Some of you want to invest in something, but you can't buy it outright. You may need to try to get a line of credit to get what it is you want. For some of you, this is something about a gym membership or exercise equipment. For some of you, it's like a home or a rental property of some kind. For some of you, it's a car. You're just going to need to be flexible and adaptable. You may meet some resistance and loss. You're definitely maybe going to argue with somebody, even yourself, about something. You sure do seem to want companionship in some way, though. Some of you are making a decision that will involve your higher purpose versus a companionship. You may need to make a sacrifice. For love and relationships, what the angels that guide us in this way want to say to you is, when it comes to matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life or love. I'm constantly telling people this. Keep this in mind. It's not I'm right and you're wrong. And there's no real wrong choice on planet Earth. We perceive choices as right or wrong and good or bad, but the truth is your choice is just your choice, and it will alter the fate of your destiny, each small choice, and the universe will just adjust around you. So keep in mind right now, with any of your relationship, there's no real right or wrong, okay? You're going back and forth. There's no real right or wrong. Any choice you make at this time will expand your understanding of life and love. So if you think a year from now you've made a bad choice, you've still made a choice that will help you understand life and love. If you've made a good choice, that'll help you expand too. Any choice you make will help you expand. Balance is coming out. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. This just came out for Aries too. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So right or wrong, agreeing just for the sake of it, these are things that you will be challenged to consider and keep in mind, in particular with important conversations, because tempers may flare. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. I do think that there is a resistance and a controlling energy either within you or around you right now, Libra. You may need to remind yourself or remind someone else that there is a closeness between us, but only when you give me space. So just keep in mind this last sentence. Love never claims. It simply allows and gives. Human beings are not extensions of, you're not an extension of someone else, and they're not an extension of you. You're sovereign beings. Resist the urge to make someone an object of your desire. They don't belong to you and you don't belong to them. We only belong to ourselves. I see boundaries needing to be redrawn between yourself and other people in your life. When people stand up to you in this way, you need to recognize that you can't have authority over them. And also challenge others to say, hey, I'm not an extension of you. I'm my own sovereign being. When I'm ready to be close, we'll be close. But right now I need space. Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of back and forth and resistance. But then I have romance here. Cupid's arrow strikes. Some of you, like my super single people, you're recalling a lot of your past and you're having a hard time moving forward with your heart chakra. Yeah, they just want me to say that. Take your time, be flexible and adaptable. What came out of the Island Time Wellness deck for you, Libra, is mask, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. I don't really like the word gaslighting. I think that you're afraid to be your true self in a situation, or someone close to you might be wearing a mask, but I feel like this is you. You're not really sure who you are right now. I think you're thinking a lot about romance and familial relationships, and maybe also increasing finances and money. Those two parts of your life do intersect. Right now, it's just a time to figure out who you are, and self-indulgence. Focus on the self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. You're definitely going to do some shadow work. I don't see you doing a ton, but you will, so that you can decide whether or not you want to keep working on something or start towards something new. And then date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan, set a date, healing your heart. Some of you, I think, are going to just start to think about meeting someone new or doing something new. Just be careful, because now is a time of doing shadow work and knowing your own self-worth and healing your heart chakra. Some of you are freeing yourself from something toxic still, so you might be afraid to be yourself. Be careful rushing right into dating. I also just heard like a relationship, you're not sure it's going to go the way you want it to, and so you're like, well, I'm just going to go date someone else. That's okay. Just be careful that you know exactly what you're doing as you move forward. Yeah, but I do think some of you will decide to just casually focus on companionship and friendships, and you're going to do something interesting financially in May, I think. All right, Libra, that's your full moon in Scorpio reading here on this channel. Check out Soma, Chandra, Libra. There are a couple messages up over there. Again, the two messages I have up this week for Libra on that channel are vastly different from one another. So one may resonate with you more than the other. I tried to tie it all together for everybody here in this reading. I hope the full moon brings you blessings, release, rebirth, and renewal. Okay? I'm always listening to the universe for you, my dear, awesome Libra Nation. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.